In a society that often places immense value on external achievements, it's easy to overlook one of the most meaningful forms of success: personal growth. Our culture tends to reward visible accomplishments, titles, wealth, accolades, yet these milestones don't necessarily bring lasting fulfillment. While achievements and milestones are significant, the journey of becoming a better, more self-aware, and compassionate individual is equally, if not more, rewarding. Celebrating personal growth shifts our focus from chasing outcomes to valuing the ongoing process of self-improvement and development. Personal growth involves becoming more resilient, learning to understand ourselves, and cultivating our inner qualities. It's the journey of shaping our character, understanding our values, and strengthening our ability to navigate challenges. The process of personal growth is not only about skills or knowledge, but also about developing a deeper sense of self. It's about asking ourselves who we are, what we stand for, and how we can become the best version of ourselves. This journey of growth often requires stepping outside our comfort zones and embracing challenges. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and we're bound to encounter difficult situations, setbacks, and failures. But these moments are also opportunities for growth. When we face challenges, we're given the chance to learn, to develop resilience, and to grow stronger. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, we can learn to view them as stepping stones on our path to becoming better. Each challenge we face helps build our character and shapes us into more capable, compassionate individuals. Celebrating personal growth also means recognizing and valuing our small victories. While it's natural to set big goals, the small steps along the way are equally important. Every time we overcome a challenge, learn something new, or make a positive change, we're moving forward. These small accomplishments are worth celebrating because they're the building blocks of our larger growth. They remind us that progress is often incremental, and that each step we take matters. By appreciating these small victories, we cultivate a sense of pride in our journey and stay motivated to keep growing. One of the most transformative aspects of personal growth is the development of self-awareness. Self-awareness allows us to understand our strengths, weaknesses, values, and motivations. It gives us insight into why we make certain choices and how we respond to different situations. Through self-awareness, we learn to identify areas for improvement and recognize habits that may be holding us back. This deeper understanding of ourselves enables us to make better decisions, align our actions with our values, and lead more authentic lives. As we become more self-aware, we're better equipped to grow in meaningful ways. Personal growth also involves cultivating emotional resilience, the ability to handle stress and bounce back from adversity. Life's challenges are inevitable, but our response to them shapes our growth. Building resilience helps us navigate these challenges with a sense of calm and perspective. It allows us to stay grounded, even when things are uncertain or difficult. Resilience is not about avoiding negative emotions or pretending to be unaffected by hardships. It's about learning to process our emotions in a healthy way and finding the strength to move forward. With resilience, we become more adaptable and better prepared to face whatever life brings. Alongside resilience, empathy and compassion are key components of personal growth. As we develop, we become more attuned to the experiences and feelings of others. Empathy allows us to connect with people on a deeper level and understand their perspectives. Compassion encourages us to act with kindness and patience, not only toward others, but also toward ourselves. These qualities enrich our relationships and contribute to a more fulfilling life. When we approach others with empathy and compassion, we create an environment where people feel valued and supported, fostering stronger and more meaningful connections. Personal growth also encourages us to pursue a life that reflects our values and passions. Instead of living according to others' expectations, we learn to make choices that align with who we truly are. This authenticity brings a sense of peace and fulfillment, as we're no longer driven solely by external pressures or societal standards. Instead, we're motivated by a genuine desire to lead a meaningful life that resonates with our inner purpose. Living authentically means honoring our values, following our passions, and making decisions that reflect our true selves. It's a journey that brings lasting satisfaction and fulfillment. In addition to self-awareness, resilience, empathy, and authenticity, personal growth involves cultivating a sense of gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, helping us appreciate the positives in our lives. When we practice gratitude, we become more content and satisfied, even as we strive for further growth. Gratitude allows us to celebrate our progress and recognize the support we receive from others along the way. It reminds us to savor each step of the journey and to value the experiences that have shaped us. As we celebrate personal growth, we begin to realize that success is not a final destination but an ongoing process. Growth is not about reaching a certain level or achieving a specific goal. It's about continuously learning, improving, and evolving. Each day we have the opportunity to grow in some small way, whether by learning something new, facing a fear, or showing kindness to someone else. By focusing on our growth, we become more adaptable, more compassionate, and more connected to the world around us. Celebrating personal growth means honoring the person we're becoming. It's a reminder that while external achievements are valuable, they are not the only markers of a meaningful life. True fulfillment comes from knowing that we're evolving, that we're making progress, and that we're striving to be the best versions of ourselves. Growth is a lifelong journey, and each step brings us closer to our potential. As we embrace this journey, we discover a deeper sense of purpose, a richer understanding of ourselves, and a greater appreciation for the present moment. In a world that often emphasizes outward success, personal growth brings us back to what truly matters. It allows us to find meaning and fulfillment in the journey itself, not just in the outcomes. By celebrating personal growth, we choose to value our progress, embrace our potential, and live with intention. This journey shapes us, teaches us, and empowers us, making each day a meaningful step forward. And in the end, it's this ongoing journey of growth that brings the greatest sense of fulfillment and joy. In a world that often emphasizes achievements and acquisitions, gratitude may seem like a small or secondary practice. Yet it's one of the most powerful habits we can cultivate. Practicing gratitude doesn't just make us feel good, it shifts our mindset, improves our mental health, and enriches our relationships. Gratitude invites us to focus on the positives in our lives, even amid challenges. By practicing gratitude, we learn to appreciate what we already have, rather than constantly seeking what's next. It brings us a deeper sense of contentment and can make a significant impact on our overall well-being. When we focus on gratitude, we train our minds to recognize and celebrate the small joys and blessings in life. Many people experience a natural hedonic adaptation to things that initially brought excitement or satisfaction, meaning we quickly take our successes and even our everyday comforts for granted. Practicing gratitude helps us counter this tendency. Rather than letting life's blessings fade into the background, gratitude brings them into focus, allowing us to feel happier with what we have. By acknowledging and appreciating life's simple gifts like a good meal, a sunny day, or a friend's support, we experience a greater sense of fulfillment and reduce our desire for constant more. Gratitude can also help us become more resilient. When we face challenges or setbacks, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong, but gratitude encourages us to find silver linings, even in tough situations. It doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect instead. It means acknowledging the positives alongside the negatives. When we practice gratitude during hard times, we build resilience by reminding ourselves of what is still good and what has helped us in the past. This mindset strengthens our ability to cope with stress and adversity, giving us the mental and emotional endurance to keep moving forward. The habit of gratitude also enriches our relationships. When we take time to appreciate the people in our lives, we foster stronger connections and a greater sense of community. Simple acts, like expressing thanks or acknowledging someone's help, deepen our bonds and make others feel valued. Gratitude in relationships encourages us to focus on what we appreciate about others, rather than fixating on flaws or shortcomings. This mindset helps us cultivate empathy, kindness, and forgiveness, all of which contribute to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Gratitude turns our attention to the support we receive from others and inspires us to give back, creating a cycle of positivity and appreciation in our social circles. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to practice gratitude is through journaling. Writing down what we're grateful for helps us organize our thoughts and reflect on our experiences. It can be as simple as jotting down a few things each day that brought us joy or comfort. The act of writing makes our gratitude more tangible and allows us to revisit our entries whenever we need a reminder of the good in our lives. Over time, gratitude journaling builds a record of positive experiences, making it easier to maintain a grateful outlook, even when things are difficult. Another powerful way to practice gratitude is through mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us become more aware of the present moment, which is where gratitude truly lies. Often, we get caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future, and we miss the simple pleasures of the here and now. Practicing mindfulness allows us to fully experience life as it unfolds and appreciate the beauty and richness of each moment. By being mindful, we're able to notice and savor the things we might otherwise overlook, like the taste of a favorite meal, the warmth of the sun, or the laughter of a friend. These small moments, when fully appreciated, bring a sense of contentment that is deeply fulfilling. Gratitude can also be cultivated by shifting our perspective. Instead of taking things for granted, we can practice mental subtraction, a technique that involves imagining life without something or someone we currently have. This exercise helps us realize how much we'd miss certain people, experiences, or comforts if they were gone. By recognizing their absence, we learn to appreciate their presence more fully. This shift in perspective fosters a sense of appreciation that brings us back to gratitude, reminding us of the value in things we might normally overlook. An often overlooked aspect of gratitude is its effect on our mental health. Studies have shown that gratitude practices can reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. Focusing on what we're grateful for redirects our minds from negative thoughts and allows us to see the positives in life. It's not a cure-all, but it's a powerful tool that supports a healthier mindset. Regularly practicing gratitude has been linked to increased feelings of happiness and satisfaction, as well as decreased stress. By building gratitude into our routines, we create a mental foundation that fosters a more positive, balanced outlook on life. Gratitude also brings us closer to a sense of purpose. When we appreciate what we have, we're less likely to constantly seek more or compare ourselves to others. This mindset helps us focus on our own journey, values, and what truly matters to us. Instead of feeling pressured to keep up with societal expectations, we can embrace our unique path with a sense of contentment and purpose. Gratitude reminds us of the abundance in our lives, helping us feel whole and fulfilled, just as we are. In a world that often celebrates high achievement and measures worth by titles and accolades, there is immense pressure to succeed. People strive to reach the next milestone, push harder, and do more, believing that once they achieve a certain status or level of success, they will feel fulfilled and happy. But this pressure to perform and achieve can be relentless and sometimes even overwhelming, leading many to chase success without finding true satisfaction. Instead of only chasing external achievements, living with a purpose allows us to find more meaningful and lasting fulfillment beyond just the pressure to succeed. Living with purpose gives our lives depth and direction. Purpose is about finding meaning in what we do, allowing us to feel connected to something greater than ourselves. When we live with purpose, we're not just going through the motions or chasing after goals for the sake of it. We're pursuing goals that reflect who we truly are and what we value. This sense of purpose acts as a guiding light, helping us navigate life's challenges with resilience. It's the reason we get up each morning and the motivation that carries us forward, even when things get tough. A life driven solely by the pressure to succeed often feels hollow because it focuses on external validation rather than personal meaning. People can reach remarkable achievements, earning prestigious awards, climbing career ladders, or building impressive resumes, yet still feel as though something is missing. Purpose, on the other hand, provides a sense of intrinsic satisfaction that doesn't rely on outside recognition or rewards. It's about knowing that what we're doing matters both to ourselves and to others. This doesn't mean that we should avoid goals or stop aiming high. Goals are important, but when they are connected to a larger purpose, they become more fulfilling. Instead of feeling like we're constantly in a race or living up to other people's expectations, we're guided by our own sense of meaning. This shift allows us to focus on the process and the experiences along the way, rather than only being focused on reaching the next milestone. When we operate from a place of purpose, we find ourselves enjoying the journey more, and each step toward our goal becomes part of something greater. Living with purpose also enables us to handle pressure in a healthier way. Pressure will always be present, especially when we are passionate about our work or dedicated to a goal. But when we have a strong sense of purpose, we can better manage that pressure because we're not solely driven by a need to impress others or prove ourselves. We're driven by an inner motivation, a desire to contribute something meaningful to the world. This perspective transforms pressure from a burden into a companion that fuels us, making it easier to stay grounded and resilient. When we live without a clear purpose, we're often left feeling that no amount of success is ever enough. Each achievement brings temporary satisfaction, but it's quickly replaced by a new set of expectations or a feeling that we should be doing even more. Purpose, however, helps us cultivate a sense of contentment. It's not about becoming complacent or losing ambition, it's about finding a deeper satisfaction in the journey. Instead of constantly seeking the next big achievement to feel complete, we learn to appreciate the process, the growth, and the experiences we gain along the way. Purpose also guides us in creating balance in our lives. The drive to succeed often comes with sacrifices, and it's easy to neglect personal relationships, health, and self-care in the pursuit of success. But a life built around purpose recognizes the importance of all aspects of well-being. Living with purpose encourages us to make time for the people and activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. It reminds us that we're not just defined by our work or achievements, but by the quality of our relationships, the kindness we show, and the positive impact we have on those around us. Moreover, living with purpose shifts our focus from competition to contribution. Instead of constantly comparing ourselves to others or feeling pressure to outperform our peers, we can focus on how our actions and efforts make a difference. Purpose encourages us to use our unique skills and talents in a way that benefits others, creating a more fulfilling and rewarding path. Contribution brings a kind of satisfaction that personal success alone can't offer, as it connects us to others and allows us to leave a positive mark on the world. Lastly, living with purpose helps us practice gratitude. When we're driven solely by external achievements, it's easy to fall into a cycle of always wanting more. But purpose helps us focus on what truly matters, making us more appreciative of the journey and the people who support us along the way. Gratitude brings a sense of peace, allowing us to recognize our progress and celebrate our achievements without constantly feeling like we're falling short. In the end, living with purpose means building a life that reflects our values, passions, and what matters most to us. It's a way of living that prioritizes meaning over mere success and connection over competition. When we align our actions with our purpose, we experience a fulfillment that no amount of external pressure can bring. We learn that success is not simply a destination, but a byproduct of living a life rooted in meaning, authenticity, and joy. As we go forward, let's remember to look beyond the pressure to succeed. Let's seek out the purpose that makes our lives meaningful and create a life that balances ambition with fulfillment. When we live with purpose, we unlock a deeper and more lasting happiness that endures beyond any temporary achievement. We find that a life driven by purpose, not pressure, is truly a life well lived. In our world, success is often defined by tangible markers, titles, wealth, social status, and external achievements. Society encourages us to pursue these goals, promising that they will bring us fulfillment, respect, and happiness. However, the pursuit of success, as it's commonly defined, doesn't always lead to genuine satisfaction. Many people climb the ladder only to find that once they reach the top, something still feels missing. This is because success, when defined narrowly by external standards, rarely addresses the deeper human needs for purpose, connection, and well-being. True success, then, is worth redefining. A more fulfilling definition of success goes beyond accumulating wealth or recognition. It means living a life that aligns with our values, fulfills our purpose, and brings us genuine joy. It's not that ambition is wrong or that career achievements don't matter, rather. It's that these achievements are most fulfilling when they're part of a balanced, purpose-driven life. When we look at success as a broader concept, we realize that it can and should include more than professional status or financial gain. A successful life includes well-being, meaningful relationships, and personal growth. One of the biggest drawbacks of a traditional view of success is the relentless pressure it puts on us. When we're solely focused on advancing our careers or accumulating wealth, we can easily find ourselves sacrificing other important aspects of life. Family time, friendships, hobbies, and personal health are often put on hold for the sake of achieving more, doing more, and climbing higher. This approach might yield impressive accolades, but it often leaves us feeling isolated, stressed, and disconnected from ourselves and others. Redefining success allows us to focus not just on outcomes, but on the quality of the journey itself. When we define success as living a balanced, meaningful life, we start to see our daily experiences, relationships, and personal growth as valuable parts of the journey. This shift allows us to appreciate small victories along the way, rather than only feeling validated by major milestones. By valuing the journey, we open ourselves to a sense of fulfillment that can be present in each day, not just in moments of big achievement. Part of redefining success means understanding the importance of relationships. So much of our happiness and well-being comes from meaningful connections with others. Yet, when success is defined narrowly, relationships often take a back seat. We might spend long hours working and miss out on time with loved ones, or we may become so focused on personal advancement that we overlook the people who support us. True success is enriched by relationships. It's about surrounding ourselves with people who care about us, support us, and share in our joys and struggles. Balance is another essential element of a fulfilling life. When we broaden our definition of success to include balance, we allow ourselves to invest time in different aspects of life, not just work or personal ambition. Success then becomes about thriving in all areas: our physical health, mental well-being, relationships, and personal passions. A life that values balance creates space for us to rest, recharge, and nurture our interests outside of work. It reminds us that we're more than our careers, and that self-care and personal time are not only important but essential to a well-rounded, satisfying life. Personal growth is another critical component of a more meaningful definition of success. Traditional success focuses on external achievements, but true fulfillment comes from inner growth. When we prioritize personal growth, we measure success by who we're becoming rather than what we're achieving. We learn to value resilience, kindness, empathy, and wisdom as markers of success. This perspective allows us to grow not just in our careers, but as people. We learn to face challenges with courage, approach others with compassion, and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. Personal growth enriches every aspect of our lives, making success feel more meaningful and sustainable. When we broaden our understanding of success, we also develop a greater appreciation for gratitude. Gratitude teaches us to value what we have rather than constantly seeking more. It shifts our focus from lack to abundance, helping us recognize the blessings in our lives, big or small. Practicing gratitude grounds us in the present, allowing us to savor our accomplishments and appreciate the people and experiences that bring us joy. In a society that often equates success with more money, more recognition, more possessions, gratitude reminds us that true success includes an appreciation of what we already have. A redefined view of success emphasizes contribution over competition. In the traditional sense, success often means rising above others, achieving more, and standing out. But when we see success as contributing positively to others' lives, our focus shifts from competing to making a difference. We measure success by the impact we have, the kindness we show, and the legacy we leave behind. Contribution brings a unique kind of fulfillment because it connects us to something larger than ourselves. It gives our actions purpose and reminds us that our successes are more meaningful when they positively affect others. At the heart of redefining success is the idea of living a life that aligns with who we are. It's about choosing a path that resonates with our values, fulfills our passions, and brings us a sense of peace. Traditional success may encourage us to seek validation from external sources, but a more fulfilling version of success comes from within. It's about listening to our inner voice, trusting our instincts, and being true to ourselves. This authenticity allows us to build a life that feels rich and meaningful, regardless of whether it meets society's standards of success. In redefining success, we're free to set goals that genuinely inspire us. We're not bound by society's expectations, but are guided by our own aspirations and values. This makes our journey more fulfilling, as each step we take is aligned with who we truly want to be. Success becomes less about impressing others and more about finding joy in our own lives. When we expand our definition of success to include purpose, balance, personal growth, relationships, gratitude, and contribution, we find a richer and more sustainable kind of fulfillment. This redefined success allows us to pursue our goals without losing sight of what truly matters. It's a success that nourishes us, sustains us, and makes each day feel more meaningful. And in the end, it's this version of success, a life well lived, true to ourselves and in harmony with others, that brings the greatest satisfaction. Stress is one of the few constants in life. We feel it in the pressure to meet goals, achieve dreams, and excel at what we do. We see it in the fast pace of the world around us, urging us forward without a pause. Yet stress doesn't have to be something that holds us back. In fact, it's something we can learn to thrive under if we approach it thoughtfully and intentionally. Thriving under stress is less about avoiding or reducing stress and more about learning to face it with resilience and purpose, allowing it to propel us forward in meaningful ways. One of the biggest misunderstandings we face is the belief that success will automatically bring us happiness. We are often led to think that once we reach that next milestone, whether it's the big promotion, the dream house, the ideal salary, or any other personal or professional goal, happiness will follow. But happiness is not something we find waiting for us at the end of the journey. More often, happiness is about how we approach the journey itself. Success is not a guarantee of happiness. We've seen countless stories of people who, by all outward appearances, have made it. They have the fame, the wealth, the influence, yet they're not fulfilled. Why? Because happiness is a state of being that comes from within, not from anything we achieve or gain externally. It's rooted in a sense of peace, purpose, and contentment that goes deeper than any accomplishment or accolade. Living with purpose is an essential part of thriving under stress and separating happiness from the chase for success. Purpose is like an anchor that keeps us steady even when the seas get rough. It's the reason we push forward, the why behind our efforts. When we're connected to a meaningful purpose, stress feels different. It's no longer a burden, but an essential part of our growth. Instead of seeing stress as something to endure or escape, we begin to see it as a valuable companion in our pursuit of what matters most. Our relationship with stress changes when we redefine what success means to us. Traditional views of success often emphasize career milestones, financial achievements, and social status. But what if we started to define success in a more balanced way? Success could mean not only excelling at work, but also having time for family, for friends, for personal interests, and for self-care. Success could mean leading a life of impact, making a difference in the lives of others, and contributing positively to the world. In this way, success is more than reaching a destination. It's about living fully and intentionally each day. It's easy to get so focused on long-term goals that we overlook the smaller victories that come along the way. We need to remember to celebrate our progress, not just the end results. This mindset keeps us grounded and reminds us that personal growth matters just as much as professional success. Each step, each challenge we overcome, each bit of progress, these are all milestones on our journey. By acknowledging and appreciating these small wins, we build confidence, strengthen resilience, and remind ourselves that we're on the right path. Practicing gratitude, especially in moments of stress, is another powerful way to stay balanced and focused on what truly matters. Gratitude shifts our perspective, helping us to see the positive aspects of our lives and the blessings we might otherwise take for granted. When we're grateful, stress becomes more manageable because we're not as focused on what's lacking or what's difficult. Instead, we're reminded of the good things we already have. Gratitude is like a lens that clarifies what's important and gives us the energy to keep going, no matter how hard things get. So, if success doesn't guarantee happiness, what does? Happiness comes from creating a life that honors our values, fulfills our purpose, and respects our well-being. It comes from knowing ourselves deeply and living authentically. This doesn't mean that we give up on success or that we stop setting ambitious goals. Far from it. But it does mean that we approach those goals with a mindset that values balance, that appreciates the journey as much as the destination, and that keeps our deeper sense of purpose at the forefront. As we continue to strive for our goals, let's remember that stress doesn't have to be an enemy. With the right perspective, stress becomes a teacher, showing us where we can grow, how we can become stronger, and what really matters to us. It's part of the journey, and learning to thrive within it, it can lead us not only to success, but also to a more profound sense of happiness and fulfillment. Thriving in stress and understanding that success doesn't equal happiness takes practice, patience, and self-reflection. But it's possible for each of us. When we embrace a life that values purpose, growth, balance, and gratitude, we find ourselves living in a way that honors both our ambitions and our joy. And in the end, that's a success worth striving for. In today's world, we're constantly encouraged to chase success. It's almost as if success is held up as the ultimate marker of a well-lived life. We're told that if we work hard, achieve big, and reach the top, we'll finally be happy and content. But in reality, success and happiness don't always go hand in hand. Achieving success doesn't guarantee a sense of fulfillment or lasting joy. Happiness comes from something deeper, and it's worth exploring what that is. Many people spend years striving toward ambitious goals, fueled by the belief that happiness will greet them once they achieve a certain milestone, a promotion, a financial status, or some level of recognition. They pour their time, energy, and resources into reaching these goals, thinking that once they've made it, everything else will fall into place. But so often, the opposite happens. People reach the top only to realize they still feel empty. This is why it's crucial to understand that, while success can bring moments of satisfaction, it doesn't guarantee lasting happiness. True happiness isn't tied to the titles we hold, the wealth we accumulate, or the accolades we earn. It's about living in alignment with our values, having a sense of purpose, and cultivating meaningful relationships. When we focus solely on external achievements, we can easily lose sight of these essential elements. We end up putting so much pressure on ourselves to succeed that we forget what truly makes us happy. And as a result, we're left feeling unfulfilled, no matter how impressive our accomplishments might appear to others. One of the keys to finding happiness beyond success is learning to connect with our inner purpose. Purpose is a powerful thing. It's what gives our lives meaning and motivates us to move forward, even when times are tough. When we're connected to a purpose, we're not simply chasing after goals for the sake of achieving them, we're pursuing something that feels meaningful to us on a deeper level. This doesn't mean we have to give up on success or stop setting high goals. Instead, it means that we should aim for goals that are aligned with what we truly care about. Living with purpose is about finding joy in the journey, not just in the destination. If we only find meaning when we reach the top, we risk missing out on countless opportunities to grow, learn, and enjoy along the way. Success, in its truest form, is about living a life that reflects who we are and what we value. When we pursue goals that align with our purpose, we find that happiness starts to appear not as a result of our achievements, but as part of the journey itself. Another crucial component of happiness is balance. It's easy to get caught up in the race for success, putting all of our energy into work and personal achievements. But true happiness comes from a well-rounded life that includes time for self-care, relationships, and personal interests. When we prioritize balance, we allow ourselves to experience life in a fuller way, beyond just work or achievements. Balance isn't a barrier to success, it's what makes success meaningful. By nurturing relationships, spending time on activities we love, and taking care of our well-being, we're able to enjoy all parts of life, not just the parts that society deems impressive. Gratitude is also essential to happiness. It's easy to overlook gratitude when we're constantly striving for more. We're often so focused on what we don't have or what we still want to achieve that we forget to appreciate what we've already accomplished and the blessings we currently enjoy. Practicing gratitude shifts our perspective. Instead of feeling weighed down by what we lack, we become more aware of the positive aspects of our lives. This doesn't mean we should settle or stop striving, it simply means that we should make time to recognize and appreciate our present. Happiness is not about reaching a final destination. It's about the moments we create, the connections we build, and the way we live each day. Success, while valuable, is just one part of a fulfilling life. When we focus solely on external achievements, we miss out on the richness that life has to offer. By cultivating purpose, embracing balance, and practicing gratitude, we create a foundation for a deeper, more meaningful happiness that doesn't rely on any particular outcome. At the end of the day, a life well lived is not measured by titles, status, or achievements. It's measured by the joy we feel, the lives we touch, and the peace we carry within ourselves. Success may bring moments of excitement or satisfaction, but it's the inner qualities we develop and the connections we make that truly sustain us. Happiness isn't something we find at the end of a race, it's something we nurture within ourselves, day by day. So as we go forward, let's remind ourselves to look beyond the outward markers of success. Let's remember that true happiness is about being present, living with purpose, embracing balance, and finding gratitude in all things. When we approach life this way, success becomes an enhancement rather than the source of our happiness. And in doing so, we create a life that's not only successful, but genuinely fulfilling and deeply joyful.